NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves. Ready to get this game started. Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And away we go at the link. Return starts at the 3. And look at this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by a QB coming into his 5th NFL season out of Oklahoma. It's Jalen Hurts.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
2nd and 3 now.
At the 39-yard line.
Hurts now from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And that's good for a gain of 5. Josie Jewell making that stop. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Pass is hauled in by the running back.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 3rd down.
Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. Bringing him out, coming off a tough rookie season as the top pick in the 2023 draft is Bryce Young.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here, he's got to play some clean ball.
He's got a gain of 6 there. Sidney Brown in on that stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hubbard again. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Young. Complete beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Counterplay, Hubbard. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 13. Has him on the quick hitter. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. With Kobe Dean in on the tackle. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, it's Young. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts. Dumped off to his running back. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hurts setting up to throw. He'll get this one to Brown. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory. 2nd and 3 now.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Option play, they give it to Barkley. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That was Jordan Fuller getting there for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. If you want to make that tackle, force the 4th down, it took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Panthers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock. Trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
Now for the second time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Young on the play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Johnny Hecker on that a punt. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. Collects this at the 32. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he's been more than just his passing touchdowns this season. In fact, you can see it right here. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing scores late in the campaign. First down throwing for Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 16 at the 35-yard line.
Trying again following the sack. He's got Brown on the slant. And he'll get it up to the 44. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at 3rd and 7. Now Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush.
Panthers coming, and one of them blocks it. And they'll take over right near the opposing 30.
You could see the vulnerability right up the middle from the jump, and that's exactly where the special teams attacked. Pressure got through, had a straight shot right at the punter, who couldn't get it off in time.
The Panther offense headed out to the field. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the heads.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
That's complete to Leggett. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. 3rd and just 2 to go. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Young looking to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. Play action now. Young flushed out of the pocket. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Staring at fourth down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. This from 30 yards out. Marr connects there, and they're on the board.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And with the end of the season in sight, he's looking for a strong finish to capture that NFL rushing crown. They've got first down from the 31. Hurts looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's now second and 19 at the 22-yard line.
Another try following the sack. That pass complete to Goddard. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That was Jordan Fuller getting there for the tackle. Let's see what they went with on third down.
Third and 14.
Back to throw, Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about that play, Brock? On third and 14, they find a way to convert.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
On first down, Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Hurts throwing again. The throw right side, caught by Goddard. And they make the tackle at the 38.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Hurts with it on third and short. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Raheem Blackshear now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Panthers set to take the field. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You gotta think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Up the middle, Hubbard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3. Young working from the gun. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Defense shows blitz. Young. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. It's a design boot. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Forced out to his right. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Pickup of 5 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
First down, Panthers.
Out of the gun, Young. Connection made to Tremble. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Zach Bond with the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Sidney Brown in on that stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Tony in motion right. Shotgun snap now to Young. On target to his man, Tony. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell. So now here's 3rd and 5. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he
Ball
provoked?
start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. On 3rd down, it's Young. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Now Eddie Pinheiro will try to knock it through for the Panthers. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. Maher connects there. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. First and 10, here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the pistol, Hurts. Completed over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That's complete. Here's Brown. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down from the red zone. This throw is cupped. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Kadarius Toney now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Here's Young. That'll be caught by Adam Thielen. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Come on, set.
Young on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
Let's go now.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. This is Legent working the left side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Back to throw it. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, and our town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the 2nd half. Toney now to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. 1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there, no gain. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Young. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Legette's got it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the shotgun, give to Hubbard. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They bring the tight end in motion. Complete to Tremble. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Call it a gain of 2, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Ready, go. Ready?
They run again with Hubbard. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
To the air on 1st down, Young. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
A 2nd down throw for Young. That's complete to Leggett. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Like the best kickers in this league, he's just keeping on with his job. That's a 3rd now. He's knocked through the uprights. 3 at a time's not going to get it done in this game, though. Eventually, they got to start running him out for some PATs.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And you want your quarterback to, number 1, find ways to score for your offense. You always tell me that, Brock. But also, he's done it more than just through the air for them. That last drive, a notable touchdown for him on the ground for the season. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's brought down after a short gain. They get those 2 yards back, but now it leaves them with 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
It's fielded at the 14. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be Panthers football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running right, here's Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
This is reeled in by Leggett. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there, and it'll give the Panthers a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 from the 41. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Throwing the out route complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Second down now, 7 to go. Defense shows blitz. Young connects with Hubbard. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Darius Slay with the stop.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
It's a gain of 4 there. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. They bring their tight end left. Hits him on the out route. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Young. It is caught left side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Man in motion here. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Hubbard. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to...
And he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
And the Panthers leaving their guys out there. Look at this. They're trying for 2. Trying for it on the ground. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. So they stick with a hot hand partner, and he ends up adding 2 more on top of that touchdown.
I'd say 8 points is a pretty solid try's work for him.
Right.
And as long as he's producing, seeing the gaps, getting the pads down, getting those tough yards, feed that man the ball, he won't be denied.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9.
Three quarters in the books from this one. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Hurts now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running for it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
At the 40-yard line.
Hurts setting up to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Hurts. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate, and we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. From the pistol, Hurts. Throw left side, complete. And they bring him down around the 34. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34. Taken in by Smith.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one and kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. They kick the running back in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
A 53-yard attempt.
Got all of it, and this is good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Tony now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Panthers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Young on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Now a run with Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Carolina first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion.
Ready?
Completed over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Here's 2nd and 7. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Running back sent in motion. On third down, it's Young. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play, and it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Set, cut. Set, cut. Set.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. It's caught. That's Thielen. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Cut, cut.
Working inside the red zone. He's got it. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Sticking to the air, it's Young. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers now lead by 10. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is the type of game that's going to get people talking when people look at the numbers that he's posted running with it. They motion a receiver left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 31. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down throwing for Hurts. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Panthers and Xavier Legette with the football once again. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap now to Young. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. Johnny Hecker, the one to send it away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. This one finds Goddard. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 2nd and 4. That's into the hands of Barkley. Still going inside the 35. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles now within 1 score in the 4th. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
It's caught. And he is stopped. Wow, a bit surprising after he just burned this defense, but he doesn't make it across, and the 2-point try fails. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Tony now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They run it with Hubbard. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Hubbard again. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Counterplay, Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. All right, here we go. Second down. Handoff running left, Hubbard. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Carolina in punt formation. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Now to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond that 30. A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's first down. Throwing now. Big gain downfield. And they bring him down around the 34. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They kick the running back in motion. Here he is to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the defense comes through. 4th down, that much tougher. So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Ewart, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.